Hi, welcome to Fit Moment. Today, our focus is going to be on the neck. Now, there are a lot of things that we do in life that make and this is about strengthening your neck. This is about keeping your neck pain-free and getting it into the structural position that it was supposed to be in. So a lot of things contribute to our necks getting out of whack. The way we sleep, the way we sit, the way we read or use our phones, the way we hold our heads while we're doing things like cooking or sewing or gardening. And because these things are repetitive and you don't get a lot of, and most people don't stretch after they garden or after they cook or after they're grading papers or whatever they're doing, they basically just go on with their day. So one of the things that happens is the curve in the neck, which allows flexibility. There's a C curve. You look at the skeleton, you have the head over the tailbone, right? And the neck goes in, that's your cervical curve, and then it connects to the spine. So one of the things we acknowledge is that the neck, because it's part of the vertebrae system, it's your C1, C2, et cetera, it also is impacted by the shoulders, by the back, and also by the core muscles. And we're going to talk about how we have to keep the core from saving the neck. It's great to have a strong core, but the neck really has to have strength of its own. So that's a little bit of what we're going to talk about today. So as far as, let me talk, I know that I'm going to say to everybody, it'd be better if you would read like this, right? Or use your phone like this. If you have a stand, I lean my phone against things when I'm using my phone so I can sit back and talk. I don't ever put the phone against my head because I'm scared of them, whatever that shit is in there. I actually always have ear pods or something, and I keep my phone, if I'm on FaceTime, I lean it against the stand so that I really try not to be here. I think for me, the hardest adjustment is word games. Word games, I start to focus and I'm focusing deep and I don't leave it up here or put it against the stand. So one of the things I've tried to do was move to my pad for Wordle and not do it on my phone as much. I really don't like using my phone, but I know that it's happened in my life that it's become a something I can't avoid. My work requires me to get passage to my website through my phone, to everything I have to do, I have to unlock it through my phone. And eventually our campus is going to be that way with the doors. I'm going to have my phone to get in the buildings. So that they're putting that together now. The other thing that impacts your neck is the way you sleep. Now, here's the thing: your chiropractor, your doctor, your therapist, your holistic doctor, your friends will all tell you side sleeping is best, 2 pillows, 1 pillow, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of that is really good. If you could make the adjustments to sleep one way, and I've heard two things. I've heard on your side is best because you have, if your pillow is correctly positioned, you can have a flow of your neck through your vertebrae. If it's too high, of course, you have it cocked. If it's too low, same thing, your scalenes are open on this side. But I also have read that side is bad for you. So I don't know. Back, I've heard is better, but sometimes the head is pushing on the back of the vertebrae, and very few people can sustain sleeping on your back. But honestly, the worst position, and I do acknowledge this, is stomach, because your head is twisted away from your vertebrae, unless you're sleeping without breathing, away from your vertebrae all night. So that's creating some push on that vertebrae system and the twist in the scalenes. So all of that's a lot of information, but you can read it anywhere. And I know for a lot of you, it's not new information, especially if you've had chronic neck pain. The other thing that I can't help you with is if you have, if you hold tension in your neck, and you can do deep breathing, you can meditate, you can play music, you can dance around, you can do all kinds of things to not hold your tension in your neck. But I think a lot of those habits are formed early in our lives. So it would take very conscious work and time to release, to be a person who doesn't put tension in your neck. That's not where I put my tension. Except if I'm super cold and I squeeze my shoulders up by my ears and then my neck. I try to get as small as possible in my coat. but it doesn't happen very much. Okay, all of that. So let me take you to some things that will help your neck. I'm going to give you 9 things, and many of them are going to have parts to them. So if you can kind of get the patterns that's set up, then you can remember on your own how to do this. So the first thing is on your roller. Now, if you don't have a roller, rolling your towel up make sure it's a nice stiff roll so that it does impact in the side of your neck. That will be very, very helpful for the shape of your neck. I'm going to take my little stool away, and I'm going to come down to the roller, and I'm going to show you first the side. So you're going to lie on your side and put your roller or your towel right in the curve of your neck. Now you want your chin and your earring as far above your neck as possible. Now this doesn't feel very natural, I know, but what we're doing is we're opening the scalenes. They're right there. Now, one of the things that's been recommended that I kind of also buy into, bring your knees right across from your hips so you aren't working the rest of your body while you do this, okay? Is the short inhale and the long exhale here. So if you inhale for 4, exhale for 8, inhale for 4, exhale for 8. You should start to feel some kind of movement in that neck area. Now, one of the things that you can also do while you're here is take your thumb from the bottom of your ear and massage against the scalene. So you're taking your thumb and you're stroking down to your collarbone, from your ear to your collarbone. So you can do that independently and do 4 of those, or you can do it with your breathing. So inhale and exhale. Do 4 of those. Inhale and exhale, long exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. And last one. And exhale. All right. So bring yourself up and we're going to do the other side. Now already you can feel that that side of the neck has had something happening to it, right? Let's do the other side. It might be easier for a lot of you to be on a towel than something as hard as a roller, but the roller just happens to be here and we love it, right? Love the roller. All right, come on down. Chin above, it's pushing into the neck. Let's do 2 big inhales and bigger exhales. Now do 4 strokes from your ear to your collarbone, right down those scalenes. Now, if you're in the right position, those scalenes should feel long. You know, they should feel like you've stretched them out here, right? And you've got them long too. Well, last one. And then we're going to do it 4 together. Nice. Now we're going to, last thing on the roller or on the towel is to take it into the back of our head, lift your glutes off the floor and let it curl into, take your head all the way back between your skull and your shoulders. 4 breaths here. All right, lower yourself down, curl yourself up, and we can take that roller out of the way and bring the stool back. Now we are going to now kind of attack it from a different aspect. We were pushing into the neck and with the thing. Now we're going to use our body and again, our hand to do a little bit of this work. So sitting in your chair, I want you to take your body right onto your thighs, open your knees, and then drop your chin to your chest. You can wrap your arms really tight so that you take away the support of the core and you have to use your neck to extend it. We're going to do 4 breaths again. Try not to look up at all. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Making sure I had myself recording it. Put your hands down and curl yourself back up. So that kind of did some counter work for what we did. All right. Also seated, we take a look over to the diagonal, to the corner of the room, and drop our chin to our shoulder. So one of the things you want to do is get all the angles of the neck. So breathe 4 here. Lift it to the ceiling and over to the other side and lower it down. And bring it back. Okay, so now we're starting to get a more even kind of opening of the neck. We're going to take our nose and draw a circle. Okay, so take your nose and draw a circle toward the ceiling and then back to center. So this is more of an active stretch. Go in the other direction and bring it in. And again, reverse it and bring it down. Keep your breathing alive. Good. And again. And last time. This is just a little more gentle. Okay. So now we're going to do rotations with what we call contract relax. So you're taking your head over to the side. You drop that arm. You have the other arm up because you're going to need that arm. Drop that arm. While you're there and you get gravity to take it over, you take your hand and give it a slight bit of pressure. Now, the way you want to push is not down, it's out and down. So you're pushing out and down. So from the bottom of your neck to the top of your neck and over. And then lift it back up and then over to the other side. Bring that arm up, let the other one hang. Walk that ear over there, let it gravity take over. Nice passive. I just got a crack. Nice passive reach and then push out and down. I like putting my thumb under my ear because it helps me push outward and down rather than just down. It kind of sends it up out there. I want you to keep breathing inside of this and then bring it back. Now we're going to do the same thing forward. Let it drop. Now this time you're going to put your hand at the bottom of both hands at the bottom of your skull and push out and down. So you're pulling the neck away from the neck holder, from the shoulders, and then down. So we're always in the process of spreading the neck, spreading the vertebra. I want you to slide those hands off the top and then bring that head up a little bit at a time. Okay, roll your shoulders back 4 times. As you can feel the work, right? Now, ideally, only the neck contributes to the stretches, but I don't think we're that sophisticated yet, or I'm not. All right, so now we use the band. All right, so you're going to put it around your back, and this is a way of keeping your back steady. You bring your arms down the side or under your legs. You hold that back tight against your thigh. It stabilizes the back muscles while you turn your head to one side, then face down and turn it to the other side. The band related ones are more active. They're not static. Inhale and exhale front. Inhale to the side and exhale front. Inhale to the side and exhale down. Inhale and exhale, last one. Inhale and exhale, last side. Inhale and exhale and bring it back up. Now, to counteract this one, I want to take our hands behind our shoulders and move our neck to the opposite side. So you're gripping one wrist, but you're taking the neck to the other side. And release, gripping the other wrist and taking the neck to the other side. That allows for really deep extension of the scalenes. And release. Okay, so what about the back of the neck? You know, I don't like to push on those vertebrae, but at some point we need to open up in the front to give our airwaves and our thyroid and our glands and all that stuff some opening, and also to use the front of the scalenes and all the things that support the bottom of the head some love. So we're going to do that with the band in the all fours position. And we're going to add the band. All right. So we're in the all fours position as if you are doing cat. So you're going to curl your head up. Big inhale and exhale. And then bring it back to center. This is called a flexion. When you do the compression of when you push a muscle toward itself, that's a flexion. When you take it away from itself, it's called an extension. So flexion again, 4 times. Don't engage the back in this cat. Just do the head for this cloud. And then back to center. We're going to do 2 more. And back to center. Last one. Coming up. 4 big breaths. And then, okay, the next thing we're going to do to open up that back is, again, you know that one where we go under with the shoulder, where instead of engaging the shoulder, we're going to just lower down and put our head, ear on the floor. Walk it away a little bit so it's not pushed into your shoulders. Extend your arms out into a V. Get those arms long. Then rotate over to the other side, 4 breaths. Then put your hands under your shoulders and let's curl ourselves up to get our back into position and flatten it out and come on onto our back. Bring your band. That was a lot longer than we expected this class to be, but why not give you everything that I can think of today? I will think of other things that I should have given you, but all right, just put the band down. You don't need it yet. We're going to go into fish. So, you know, elbows into the side, but instead of bringing the chest up, you just take the head back. Don't lift the chest. Again, to get the most work out of your neck, You want to not engage the core in that moment. Every other moment, right? But not in this moment. So we're really opening it up. Then lowering it down, and of course the counter stretch. Oh. Now we take the band, we put it across our back again. Let it touch on your ear the way that mine did. You're going to curl up here, stabilizing, crossing your arms, and then looking to one side. And then looking to the other. And your curl up. Release it, open your legs, look between them. Push your feet out and bring yourself up to seated. All right, these don't have to be done in this particular sequence, but I am trying to just get you every side that you can, because I think, that we do a lot of side bends, but we forget about the intricacies of our scalenes and our cervical curve. And so we have a tendency to skip some of the things that would be helpful. And the neck's a small, complicated situation. So we want to do as much helpful stuff as possible. So I want you to drop your shoulder blades and lift your head toward the ceiling as much as you can, pulling up through your entire body, relaxing it down, and then pulling it back up again. You can only feel if you're separating those vertebrae upward and then down. The last time, separate it up and bring it down. Okay, so that's kind of what I have to offer about the neck today. You knew most of the things. We've done all these kinds of stretches before, but to explore what we can do to help maintain our neck when we use it so much. You think about how many times we use certain things and how much percentage of the time we use those things versus what percentage of time we use helping those things. So the neck, high percentage of usage, hard not to. And so what's the do you do a high percentage of neck care? So that's a lot of what you need to think about. Also consider massage. Those massage guns with the round ball. I have one, but I couldn't reach it, so I didn't want to bring the ladder up to get it. You can go into, I wouldn't put it on a very hard thing at first if you haven't used it. I would first massage with my hands to open things up and then get those massage guns in there and let them pulse your neck, especially if you have a lot of pain. Now, people who do really serious weightlifting and work their necks with actual weights and rings and things, they do those really hard because they are creating muscle in there, and that muscle fiber has to be supple, right? It has to be supple. It can't get stiff. So that's one of the things they do in there, because once you create, that thick neck, that thick football player's neck, it doesn't always have enough flexibility, right? And then you look like Frankenstein, and you don't want to do that. Anyway, thank you for coming to Fit Moment, the neck. I'll see you next week when we're focusing on the quads, but not standing exercise.